Yo, what's up? Morning, scrubs. I'm here to tell y'all something y'all probably already know or should know. Should have been explained to y'all the whole kit and caboodle. Um, yeah, there is not going to be any any reunion. Sorry about that. I am. I'm very sorry about that. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yes, I can confirm this. Kyrie Irving will not, him and Kevin Love will not be joining LeBron James next season or this season. You got a notification, and the other 158,000 people have not. Listen, let me explain it in simplest terms. They are trolling you. LeBron put that video out, and I know it got all you guys all excited and throwing your hands up in the air. Let me just tell you this. It's all for naught. Okay? So put it away. Put away your ambitions. Put away everything because it is wow. Record bad of trolling. He's trolling Kyrie back because Kyrie used him to troll him to get his friends. He called him not out of sincerity. He called him to try to strike a blow at his own teammates. Like, okay, you're right. It starts for me. You know what? I'm going to call LeBron and say, Bron, you know what? I was wrong. See how he did that? Now, that's how y'all supposed to do me. That's all that was about. And he took, he made LeBron, and LeBron like, man, he used me. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I know. Now people are like, I think this clears a path where Kyrie can come to the Lakers. So LeBron has fun with it, trolls him, and goes ahead and put out a video where he's, remember this song, Kyrie? And he's playing it back. Everybody's like, look, he's talking about rewind. No way. Will he ever win a championship with the Los Angeles Lakers? Depends on his health and the health of the team. They didn't spend all this money for LeBron to lose. No. He's their money generating machine. They want that money to keep generating and keep pushing out and providing revenue. So the way to keep that going is to keep that going. Yeah, I hate to be the one to tell you, but true story. He's not going to the Los Angeles Lakers. Neither is Kevin Love. That's why I'm like, where do y'all get that from? Kevin Love's not going to Los Angeles Lakers. Kevin Love just signed a $100 million deal with Cleveland. Kevin Love just went through all that stress with LeBron in Cleveland. You think he want to go back to play with LeBron? No way. See, what you guys don't realize is that there are a lot of players in the league who saw what happened in Cleveland the year prior, and it put a bad taste in a lot of players' mouths. They didn't like how Isaiah Thomas was dealt with. They didn't like the way Derrick Rose was dealt with. They didn't like the way Kyrie was dealt with over there. They didn't like the way Dwayne Wade was dealt with over there. And those players have very good relationship with other players in the league. So the word was out. This is what to expect when you play with LeBron. They have never seen any other sport in history where another team was chosen and it was okay for the media to bash the other teammates on the team. And nobody comes to their defense. Not one time did LeBron say, hey, those my teammates, man. Show them some respect. Not once did he say this. Do you know what that makes it look like? Like he's like, yeah, it's all me. So the other players in the league didn't want to come there. Paul George had no intentions of staying in OKC. They told him he'll be playing with LeBron a year prior. They was like, this is going to be the team. It's going to be you and LeBron on the same team. He was all for it. He was excited and everything. Everybody knew Paul George was coming to the Los Angeles Lakers. This was going into the season, his last season in Cleveland. The owner knew LeBron James wasn't coming back to Cleveland. He knew. Everybody knew this was not some magical spell being casted. Everybody knew what time it was. Everybody knew what was going on. That LeBron James was in his final year in Cleveland. So they were going to have one more little run to try to go get a championship. But they knew Bron ain't coming back. So Paul George was set, bag packed to leave OKC and go to the Los Angeles Lakers. He was gonna do that. That was his thing. He was, once they went over there, did a deal, and the trade from Indiana got approved. He went to OKC. He went there with the contentions of, I'm only gonna stay here for a minute. Then I'm going to bounce, and I'm going to be over there. So don't worry about it. I'm going to be back home in a minute. Don't worry about me. I got this. Then something happened. Something happened. Beyond monumental proportions. Something happened. Cleveland played their season, and all these things start to develop. All the negative things start happening with his teammates. How he dumped clam chowder and half the team in the middle of the season because they wasn't winning. Replaced them all. Got rid of Wade. People start to talk. Paul George is like, I'm not going to the Lakers. They might do that to me. Look how the public just scrutinized them. I have bad games. I know how the public can be. They'll crucify me in Los Angeles. I'm staying in OKC. I don't want all that attention. He didn't. He didn't want any of that attention. That wasn't what he wanted. That wasn't up his alley. That's not in his wheelhouse. So, anybody believing Kyrie Irving is going to just say, screw everything, and I'm going to just go over there to play with LeBron again? Are you out your mind? They already went through hell. Him and Kevin Love are free. Kevin Love's got a $100 million contract. He's good. He's like, I'm cool in Cleveland. Kyrie Irving is a free agent. You think he wants to sign to be under LeBron James again? Guess again. He was going to LA. He changed his mind after seeing what happened to Dwayne Wade and the way they treated Isaiah Thomas. Those were the main sticking factors. And they start seeing how the public treated LeBron teammates. The NBA talked. These players talk to each other. That was a bad look for LeBron. It was like the Kyrie Irving situation and then all these other situations are the reasons why players are not jumping up to go play with LeBron. The media has a free for all. They could just talk to you any old kind of way when you play on the team with LeBron. LeBron has a bad game. Oh, the teammates suck. And then you ever notice that's the only team in the NBA that's allowed to happen? Look at James Harden. They attack James Harden like a dog every night. They point out everything he do wrong. Do you think they're going to give that same attention to LeBron? No. They'll point out what his teammates is doing wrong. And that's the problem. And that's why these guys don't want to play. So Kyrie Irving, I'm just going to stop you guys from entertaining that. LeBron got that video out as a joke. He's taunting, he's trolling Kyrie Irving because Kyrie Irving used him in the phone call to make a point to his teammates on the Celtics. That's all. So he said, okay, you gonna use me? I'm gonna get you back for that. But everybody's like, an NBA analyst, they're trying to read into it. They know it's nonsense. They know exactly what it is. But they can't say that because they got to do a show. So they're gonna. Is Kyrie Irving opening a door to go to the Los Angeles Lakers? I'm like, he's not going to the doggone Lakers. Stop entertaining that, because next thing you know, I'm going to get hit with messages. Is Kyrie going to L.A.? You think Kyrie going to L.A.? And sure enough, I appreciate you guys click the link in the description box and donate it to the page. But you guys are asking all these crazy questions. I'm like, I should just sit back and just collect the money and let it pile up. But I said, nah, I'm gonna answer it right away, because I don't want this to breathe. Oh, there's been many situations out there that for some reason the general public love to get a hold of and won't let go. And this is one of them. The Kyrie Irving situation is another situation in which they want the world to believe people need LeBron. I thought Shannon Sharp was going to pass out. I thought he had finished in his own pants when that happened. He couldn't wait to do that show. He was, skip. Oh, did Kyrie Irving just say that? I'm like, are you kidding me? Is that all these people think about 24 hours a day? The NBA is set up and designed to revolve around a protagonist and an antagonist. And everybody else are supporting characters. That's it. They set this up as primetime television. The Bad Boy Pistons were the last team to ever win a true NBA championship. Under the old rules. Once 1991 hit, the NBA took a change. Dick Ebersol, who wins Emmys for his award-winning television programs, decided to become programming of sports and brought over the NBA and Michael Jordan. He wanted Michael Jordan to be the head of the NBA, and he couldn't believe how David Stern, the commissioner he was blind to the fact. Like, why would you ever put any other team in the NBA Finals when your main moneymaker's not in there? It's like, well, he don't have a team. Then get him everything he needs. But you need him in the NBA Finals. What needs to be done? Well, every year we try to think of things like, who could we do to help them out in the draft? You know, they need to get by Detroit. They're getting closer. Close? No, you need to change these rules. This game is too physical. It's too nasty. We need to change it. People pay money to see Michael do his dunks. you know, and do all these spectacular moves. In Detroit, whenever he gets ready to do his thing, they foul him. I don't like that. He might get one dunk and two dunks, and they foul him. People ain't pay their money to see that. They want to see Michael do these wonderful dunks. So if they do that, they should be penalized, something extra. The birth of the flagrant foul came into play. And the NBA made money hand over fist. So I would never say the NBA did something wrong and did something stupid when it went to NBC. CBS was going to treat it the same way they treat college basketball. They care about the actual game than the actual individuals. The game was important. They were more about the actual sport than the actual individual. Well, Dick Ebersol, he didn't see it that way. He saw it as these individuals are stars, and they're going to sell the whole damn thing. So why are we trying to push a team when we can push the individual? When people think of the Lakers, they think Magic. That's what they need to push. Magic all the time. People think of the Bulls, they think Michael Jordan. Why are we pushing the Bulls? So that's the strategy. And I'll give you a full rundown on that at another date and time. But now you know. Shaq and Penny, how many championships they would have won had they stayed together? It all depended on Michael Jordan. See, here's what happened. I'm gonna do a whole breakdown video of the whole Michael Jordan 6 championship run. You're gonna hear some things in there you probably never thought you would hear. Some of the things I told you in this video, which led to that. But it all depends on what Jordan wanted to do. As I told you, it's a very similar situation to what you're seeing here with LeBron. Except for Jordan didn't need as much help. You give Michael Jordan one or two things, that's all he needed. The rest of y'all can get out his way. Because he was already getting in the Eastern Conference Finals when it was real and had the CBS there. He was already on the cusp. All he needed was a little assistance. LeBron, well, that was going to take a lot more work. They observed LeBron's game in his first 2 seasons and decided what this guy needed to get to the NBA title. They said, well, we got to find out what this guy LeBron needs to get to an NBA Finals. How are we going to put him in it and even justify putting him in the NBA Finals? We got to think of something, or even just get him to the playoffs. They saw LeBron did not have a jump shot. It wasn't consistent. It was basically flat. Played one way, played north to south. If you forced him to go to his left side, he was pretty much going to pass the ball to somebody else to take the shot. He wasn't going to take the shot himself from the corner. Didn't feel comfortable taking certain shots. So they tried to strengthen his game by giving him more opportunities, by changing the rules to open the lanes with the illegal defense and all of these different calls that they had, to where you can't clog the lanes anymore. The lanes are got to be open, or you'll be called for an illegal defense. Now, this allowed LeBron James to get to the basket. He only got to beat one guy, and somebody will have to rotate over instead of somebody actually being there in the lane. So instead of 2-3 guys in the lane already, which Michael had to go fight through 2-3 guys in the lane and still dunk the ball, LeBron only got to beat one guy, and a guy that's going to be late trying to get there to stop him if he decides to get to be there. So that's why you see more plays at the rim, more action plays, more dunks. And this was done on purpose so that they could have more highlights to show you at the end of the game. I mean, during SportsCenter. Dunks, 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 dunks. That's going to sell the league. So for a business perspective, it's more highlights to show LeBron slam dunking a basketball. They don't care about how it hurts another team. It's about what's best for LeBron. This is what we're putting all our money behind. So what's best for LeBron? The three was key, but three was interesting, but it wasn't the determining factor. It was never the way the game is played now today. Back then, people were shooting threes, but nothing like it is now. I mean, now they're attempting 33s in a game, shooting 53s in a game. You know, it's just incredibly dumb. Now, the three-point shot was invented so that white people can stay in the game, or Caucasians. The game had farly past them, and it was played above the rim, and high-flying guys were being drafted left and right. So, where you usually had a team where there were like 3 or 4 guys that may be white or European was on the team, you had white point guards. Those things were a thing of the past. You know, a guy like Craig Elo wouldn't even make a team right now today. You know, Danny Ferry, he wouldn't be playing. So the three-point shot was invented because they were good at shooting. And it was like, oh, the guys, brothers, they can't shoot. All they know how to do is dunk the basketball. And so we need that three-point shot. That way we can keep the white guys in the game. So back in 2001, 2002, the NBA was starting to go through a transition. Everybody was drafting all the black players. It was basically almost no white players even in the starting 5, besides the Indiana Pacers. The Indiana Pacers and probably the Utah Jazz. Other than that, there wasn't too many white guys in the league at all at that time, especially in the starting lineup. And this is where Larry Bird got in trouble with David Stern, because Larry Bird was like, yeah, I think, you know, you need a couple of white guys out there, you know, running around. I think we need to show a little diversity there. And David Stern jumped up adamantly, no, Larry is wrong. The NBA is going to put the best guys out there. Not based on code. Because he didn't want to open up Pandora's box. I knew what Larry Bird was talking about. And the world did, but it sounds bad. The way Larry said it. We need some white guys running around out there. We need a few white guys running around out there. Shh, don't talk about that. We beat Arsenal, but shh, we keep winning. But shh, we don't gotta talk about it. Shh, I know. Shh. Don't worry, Bron. I'm aware. I know what we're doing. But this money exercise that they did was done exclusively to promote LeBron James and give him the freedom he needed to be successful. LeBron, when he's traveling at certain speeds, he gets mixed up and forget how many steps he took to get there, so he might take 3, might take 4 before he jumps. So they have to swallow the whistle. He might lower his shoulder into people and run him over before he dunked the ball. Let it go. We know it's an offensive foul, but hey, we don't want to take away LeBron's action plays. Oh, LeBron's shot's not dropping. We need to have his point average up there. So let's give him a fake 3-point play. Call a foul when people are not even trying to defend him. Let him get his layup. But we just blow the whistle anyway, just so he can get a 3-point play. So he can boost his scoring. We've seen this, right? And I won't say they just do that for LeBron. They do that for their stars. So their stars' points can be up there if they're having a bad night. So when new players come into the league, they have to learn this is the way it is. This is the business. But they don't know that coming in. Because they want to compete. They want to win. And when they see certain players getting all the calls, it's confusing. Because you're under the notion, hey, I thought this was about fairness. And the best team wins. But you know what they think about your fairness? They can give a rat's A about your fairness. You see, Kyrie Irving is not going to put himself in another situation where he's with LeBron. Because he never wanted to be with LeBron. Had he had the opportunity, he would have left the first time. Remember what happened. LeBron decided he was coming back to Cleveland, but players had to be removed, but he wanted to play with Kyrie. Keep Kyrie, keep these guys, and I'm coming back. So they didn't tell Kyrie LeBron was coming back. They went in to re-sign Kyrie to a big contract and told Kyrie it was going to be his team and he was the guy that was going to lead them to a championship. It's his team. He signs the contract The very next week, LeBron signs to come back to Cleveland. Not one mention to Kyrie Irving. So, Dan Gilbert, the owner, Kyrie goes, "What the F is going on, Dan?" And he says, "I didn't know anything about it." And Kyrie says, "You expect me to believe LeBron James just up and decides he's coming back to Cleveland and you just found out about it now? Do I look that stupid to you?" See, a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't do their homework. They just tell you what they read in ESPN highlights. And have networks push their videos to get likes and stuff like that. So they think they're really doing something. And they start believing their own little headlines. But they don't know anything. So yes, they played Kyrie into signing. Because if you told Kyrie, "Yo, LeBron's coming back too," Kyrie been like, "I don't want to play with LeBron. You know, I want it to be my team." He would have left Cleveland and wouldn't have re-signed. He didn't want to play with LeBron under that. They tricked him. And once he re-signed and LeBron signed, he was forced to change his game, to alter his game around LeBron. And it was a headache. LeBron was the coach. There was no practice no more. Guys wasn't practicing with him. He'll do shoot arounds, but wouldn't practice with the guys. Kyrie thought that was weird. And it's like, well, okay, well, when we gonna practice together? When we gonna, oh, it's just gonna come together. We'll have a scrimmage here and there. So they had some off-season scrimmages, and then they just work it out through the game. They was like, listen to him and you gonna win. So they were always in the NBA finals, so he wouldn't complain. Why complain when you're in the NBA finals, right? Now, LeBron recruited Kevin Love and brought Kevin Love to the team. Kyrie Irving never brought or never was discussed about bringing Kevin Love to the team. It was never discussed, never mentioned, none of it. Nobody said, you know what would be a great idea if we brought Kevin Love. Yeah, Kevin Love over here. LeBron made this decision. Kevin Love was just happy to leave because he's putting up all these numbers and losing. So yeah, he's great. But when he came over, the scrutiny. See, when you're playing in Minnesota, nobody cares what you look like. But now you're going to be on national television. So now they have a stylist that the NBA can appoint you to fix your hair up. And I showed you guys what Kevin Love was looking like when he played for Minnesota, looking like a doggone lumberjack. And then I showed you what Kevin Love was looking like once he got to Cleveland and he started cleaning himself up once they got him with a stylist. The NBA is entertainment, baby. You better believe it. They're not just going to throw anybody out there, especially when you're supposed to be a leading character. And the overall structure of the picture. Remember I told you, Adam Silver Slipper has always been there. He just hasn't been the commissioner. But he shadowed David Stern, and he's following the blueprint to the T. Now, he looks like a genius because the streaming has come along and they've expanded themselves very fast with these new opportunities of bringing in revenue for the owners. But he's only bringing in new revenue because of the streaming options. New financial options. So inflation makes it look like, man, he's really doing great. But what's happening is he doesn't know basketball. And because he doesn't know basketball, the game is suffering. So the actual game is suffering. And what I mean by that is, I watched that Golden State Warriors game last night. Went back and watched that game, and guys was just changing. They were just changing their rotations. They were getting points out of rotations and swings. That was it. Swing plays, rotation, relocating, swing plays. That's it. High pick and roll. They really didn't run anything difficult at all. Like any type of structured plays, any type of real coaching that was going on. I watched the game with real coaching just yesterday. Back in the 89 or 1990s finals. I watched Rick Adelman coach the Portland Trail Blazers. And I said, my God, this is real coaching. Him and Chuck Daly, these guys are actually coaching the game as it was going down. That's when real basketball was being played. The structural foundation of the game is gone. Decision making, knowing what to do in certain situations, that doesn't exist anymore. A lot of people are highly motivated. But what are they motivated for? Are they motivated for the right reasons or the right things? Shoot, I'm the maid today. I don't like my house looking like a certain mess. I don't wait around for maids. I clean my own house sometimes too. You know, I don't like to be filthy. Next thing you know, you got surprise visitors. Like that happened last time, and I had to do a surface clean. Kevin Love, he had never dealt with that kind of scrutiny before. Every week it was like, should they trade Kevin Love? Kevin Love is this and that. He's the weakest link. They're talking about him every day on the sports shows that are not even sports shows no more. These are just opinion-based shows, just like we got now on YouTube. Everybody just basically giving you their own opinion. So all these other shows, that's all it is now. There's no more journalism anymore. Everybody's just telling you what they think. Well, I think he should go. I think he should be fired. I'm like, well, damn, go. Kevin Love had to tell people he was suffering from anxiety issues. You know, that's how bad it was in Cleveland when LeBron was there. He had to tell people he's suffering from anxiety. This is a team that won an NBA championship 2 years prior. What could be more adverse than that? Kevin Love is not on the trading block. One, nobody's going to take that $100 million contract from a player who keeps getting injured. Cleveland's going to keep Kevin Love. First off, Kevin Love is white. Okay, let me repeat that one more time. Kevin Love is white. Okay? You do not get rid of a white guy who could play in this league today, and you're in Cleveland. Know your market. You're going to get rid of a white guy that can get you a double-double, and he's in Cleveland? Pay him the $100 million. Well, that's why I had to tell you. You guys said they finna trade him. I'm like, oh, you must didn't know he's white. He's not going anywhere. You don't do that. Where they do that at? Say they finna trade the white guy that's getting the double-doubles. Who can shoot the three. Yeah, we got to get rid of him. Right. Who's going to take him? My thing is, who's going to take him? LeBron? You think the Lakers are going to put $100 million into a guy that might be injured? They got enough injury problems. Then they want AD. AD can't stay healthy either. And going into this season, I told you, from LeBron to all the other players on the team, especially Lonzo Ball, I told you, all this is going to break down to is, can the Lakers stay healthy? I was like, LeBron has basically played healthy his entire career. He played healthy his entire career. Didn't have to go through a lot as far as injuries. He was set. He was on point. He didn't play defense. He cherry-picked so he wouldn't get hurt. Kept himself out of plays. Let everybody else play defense and get hurt. I need to stay healthy. So he stayed out of plays. The one time he stuck his neck out, his leg gave away, and there it is. He's done. Just that quick. No more Bron. The Lakers lied to you, said, it's only day-to-day. He'll be back. It's only day to day. Oh yeah, you ain't see my old man Bron merch? Better get that merch. So with all the scrutiny that went on with Kyrie, Kevin Love being over there, why in the earth? Why would anyone with a brain want to go and play with LeBron again? I guarantee you, Kyrie, Irving, and Kevin Love never play another game together again unless it's an all-star game. I guarantee you that. Don't even entertain the notion that they would play together again. So I'm going to ruin that party for you. That is never, ever, 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 ever going to happen, sir. My thing is, I haven't really responded to the Don Q joiner situation yet, because it's this trolling thing. It's no passion in it. It's like totally plotted, totally lame. You know, so formulaic. It's like the thing with him and Joyner. You know, it's like, for real? You know, do we really need that? Oh yeah, if you want to donate to the Cash App, all you got to do is go to Cat Carcino is on the name on the Cash App. You know what it is. Or you can click the link in the description box. Or do you guys want me to put the super chat in there? Oh yeah, you late, Bron. I got Cash App and everything. If you want, I can put the super chat back there. If that's what you feel like donating to, I'll put the super chat back. It's up to you. The other way, y'all can leave me messages and everything else. I don't have to be live. I do take Bitcoin. I take Bitcoins too. The Stream Lab, you can just click the link in the description box below. Yeah, it's a 70-30 deal with Super Chat. That's why I'm like, they can cancel that. So how many of y'all believe Kyrie Irving is going back to play with the Lakers? Him or Kevin Love? How many of y'all believe that now, after listening to what I just been telling y'all for the past 55 minutes? Okay, here it is. You said LeBron has been suspended by the league, but he's playing it off as an injury. LeBron has been known as the real man of steel because he don't get hurt. Is this the league keeping integrity on LeBron James? Why do you think LeBron has been suspended, Mr. X Clan? Why do you think he's been suspended? For tampering with Anthony Davis. That is a fine, not a suspension. A suspension will happen only if it continued to happen. There was never a fine first. The first time would be a very stiff penalty. I like where your head is, though. But no, the NBA is not going to suspend LeBron James and cause him to lose them money. Because the actual fans are not going to watch the Lakers game. They put a lot of ingenuity into this Golden State Warriors versus LeBron. That's why LeBron is in LA. So they can have more Golden State Warrior and LeBron James games. You see, they only play 2 times a year, and then the NBA Finals. So that's why you saw for the past 4 years LeBron James versus the Golden State Warriors, because those were their biggest selling games. So once again, this is a businessman. Now that they're playing in the West, you get more Golden State and LeBron James games. So to suspend LeBron James would be very stupid and costly. Believe me, they wanted people to believe LeBron was going to come back during the Golden State Warriors game. They thought they wanted to sell that notion so people would pay attention, buy tickets, and watch the game on Martin Luther King's birthday. Yep, so on the day that they celebrate Dr. King's birthday, I'm going to go ahead and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and head towards. I'm gonna do an Instagram live, and we're going to go through some hip hops. We're gonna do a hip hop trivia live on Instagram Live. How about that? I'm gonna use my IG Live today, and we're gonna do a hip hop trivia. Where y'all have to guess the song. And I know what y'all gonna try to use. Y'all gonna try to use this thing they call Shazam and cheat. I already know. People already told me about it. Oh yeah. Look at that. 3 times dope funky dividends. I see you. Kawhi Leonard bought a new house in San Diego. Big deal. Whoop-de-doo. You know how many athletes got houses out there? You know how many NBA players got houses, an apartment in New York, and got places in Malibu? That don't mean nothing. See, nobody's gonna have a care for the things that you do like you. Nobody's gonna clean like you. Because you're gonna want certain things done. And me, I want certain things done, so I gotta clean it myself. Because I want it done right. How many of y'all believe Kyrie Irving is staying right where he is? You know the truth of the matter is, the truth of the matter of the situation is this. I think Kyrie Irving re-signs with Boston. He stays in Boston. Now, I can't say that Jason Tatum and Bron gonna stick around in Boston. Jason Tatum might, but that nucleus is gonna change a little bit. If Jason Tatum knew what was best for him, he would stay exactly where he is and would fall in line. Well, see, the problem is with Kyrie Irving is he never, ever Kyrie Irving has never disclosed the fact that he really wants to leave. He just wants the terms to be in his favor. He don't want to be lied to. But I tell you, after this, what's his name is gone. Terry Rozier, he's gone. Which is fine by Kyrie. But don't try to use Terry Rozier in a bidding war with Kyrie Irving. I've been up almost 24 hours. This is how I roll. I will sleep today. I will crash. I don't know what time it'll be, but I will crash. Well, yeah, you think the Celtics are better without Kyrie Irving? You are out your doggone mind. Because when the game gets tight, like yesterday, that was a game they should have won. That was a game Boston should have won. They had that game. And stupid decisions down the road cost them. They're too streaky and they have no set system. Golden State, they play the same way. Everybody just relocated. They pretty much know how each guy play. Everybody knows their role. So no matter what the situation was, they didn't panic. But for Klay Thompson to get that kind of foul call in Boston in the fourth quarter, that was a bad call. You don't make that kind of call. And it came down to free throw shooting once again. Kyrie shoots in the high 80% free throws. The rest of the team is streaky. Draymond missed both free throws, but Smart over pursued instead of boxing out, and therefore he ended up missing the rebound. See, these are the type of situations that are adverse situations that you got to learn from. You can't keep making the same mistakes over and over again. You know, I'm not saying mistakes are not going to happen, But in adverse situations, you're supposed to learn from him and said, okay, here's what's going on here in this situation. Tatum should know, okay, you got the ball to Morris. Morris should know, I'm not really hot right now. Big Al is right there wide open. He has a very high percentage from three at the top of the key. Time is of the essence. Let me swing this ball over to Big Al for the three. Guys close it in on me. Big Al is wide open. I could swing that to Big Al. I got time. He should have swung that ball out to Big Al to take the three instead of Morris shooting it. He should have swung it out to Big Al. That's a more high percentage shot from Big Al shooting the three from the top of the key, which is his spot. I'm more comfortable with that situation. Right, if you can't give it to Kyrie, you got to know people in their high percentage of the areas that they get them in. When people relocate, if they're out of their position where they like to get the ball, they relocate. Boom, they give up the ball, they relocate, or on a rebound, they relocate to another position. And guys were doing it. They were relocating, get to their spots that they're comfortable at making shots at, and there you have it. And DeMarcus just got there. And look how he fits into the system, and guys are able to play with him on the court. He set great picks for Steph. It's hard to get around a Cousins pick, believe me. It's like trying to get around a building when he out there. So anyway, don't forget to subscribe, because I'm finna vacuum. It's gonna be real loud, so I'm finna get off. But don't forget to click the link in the description box. Yep. Click the link in the description box. Leave a donation. Leave me a message.